Okay, morning guys, welcome to day 3 of week 11 of the Guildford City Fitness live stream. Make sure your warm-up area is clear. We've got an IM-based warm-up for this morning, and you're going to need a drink as well. So make sure that the windows are open if you're going to need some air to breathe. Hint, hint. 3, 2, 1, go.
Screech out.
I'm so trying to get in the habit of travelling deliberately to save the carpet.
Elizabeth has signed in.
How's it going, Elizabeth?
Oh yeah, I forgot today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Is there any other secret nays that are watching? Stop. We'll go one more round, grab a drink. Okay. 2, 1, go. Hopefully by now people have sussed out what IM skipping looks like. I think even if I had a rope I wouldn't. Ceiling just a little bit too low. Last few seconds. Stop. Then you're going into dorsal press to sit back and reverse lunge and rotate. So hands flat and then turn them up as you go through it. The closer you keep your hands in the middle, the more stretch you're going to feel. Then reverse lunge and rotate. So you may as well stay where you are. The first one. The reverse lunge, you're going to go knee outside, elbow outside, lead knee. Twist. Swap sides. So right elbow to left knee. Make sure you keep your back straight the whole time. After this, you're going into airplane and then leg swing. So 3 airplanes on each side. Now punt the TV.
Please don't punt the TV.
Yeah, not now we'll be permissive.
Yeah.
So just 3 on one leg and then swap over. This is where you really start to figure out how awake you are. I'm going to go back and watch my week 1 aeroplanes. Pretty sure I couldn't get to the top of that one. Do 3 in a row. Then leg swings. So don't force your foot going up past eye level. Make sure you don't fall over though. So it should be nice and relaxed, just let it build up gradually. Keep your foot flat on the ground. I mean, how noticeable is it? Okay, so. And stop. After leg swings, you're going IYTW and then burpee. So face down. 3, 2 in each position. Slow and controlled. So turning your thumb up. So rep 1, hands facing the floor. And thumb to ceiling. And then palms up, or as close as you can get it. And then we'll go into burpee. Oh, it's almost humbling because of how much higher you end up jumping compared to the end of the Wednesday block. So, after that, you've now got the same formula as the last 2 days. Static strength to begin, so streamline hold, chair for hamstring raises, left and right, and then flutter kick. Wait. Helps if you're having the right session.
To hum some elevator music.
Gym week 1. Might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to hold flutter kick and then reverse crunch to finish off today's session. Okay, so 35 seconds on. Streamline hold in 3, 2, 1, go. We tried to, with the younger ones, we managed to project the session to the TV. Tried to do it with this one and I picked the wrong session and the TV was being weird, so sorry about that. A little technical difficulty. But hopefully me and Michelle can worry about training instead of me making mistakes all the time. But if it's that big in front of you, I shouldn't miss it. The streamline hold, like hollow hold, but you're just focusing on that, getting that extra length. So hands and feet just off the floor.
Although it is great because I don't notice when you miss stuff, so at least Michelle does.
Left leg, hamstring raise. And 2, 1, go. This bit I've also said that just a regular up and down raise. So constant motion, leading from the hip. So the majority of the work should get done between your knee and your shoulder, but always initiated from here. Switch legs, 10-second break. And 2, 1, go. Change your position if you like doing holds. So putting them in. If you go with constant motion, it's going to give you probably more of a warm up, let's say. So you're emphasising all phases of the movement equally. Relax. And flutter kick. And then reverse crunch. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so you find out how awake your hips are as well. So worry more about keeping your lower back pushed into the ground completely than about how straight and slow your legs are. So if you can go slow and small movements, small fast movements, or slow and big, it doesn't matter as long as your back does not move. And then relax. So reverse crunch, hands on the floor, legs in the air, and you're just going to try and pull your belly button up towards your head. 3, 2, 1, go. Just try and keep your hips up off the ground and just curl. So try and pull your hips up towards your face. So here, it's a very small movement. Push your hands down into the floor and just tip and then hold at the top. Relax. 20 seconds break. Back to the start. So I'm going to go streamline hold again. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So a bit of static strength to start off with. So no movement. Shoulders just up off the floor ever so slightly. And try and hover your ankles, point your toes. And get as long as possible. Okay, last 10 seconds. And relax. Okay, then into hamstring raise. Left leg first. In 2, 1, go. So potentially second round, same position to start with. Start to increase the difficulty. So that way you know you can start off strong instead of going out too far and then trying to readjust to the point where you can just about make it. So if you go really long and then you come in maybe a little bit closer and a little bit closer, you've wasted half the time. And switch sides. So I'm going to find out whether that pays off on the right leg. 3, 2, 1, go. That definitely feels easier. Okay, last 10 seconds. Stop manipulating tempo. So remember, going up slow can be just as important if you haven't been practicing it. Relax. Flutter kick and reverse crunch. Let's see if I can find an easier version of reverse crunch. I don't think there is one. So 3, 2, 1, go. So you can lift your shoulders up a tiny bit with flutter kick. Just make sure that your neck stays neutral and relax. So if you find that your neck starts to tense up on you, just leave it on the floor. Focus on everything below your belly button. Last 10 seconds. If your hip flexors start to hurt or burn, just go with bigger movements, bend your knee towards you. Relax. Because ultimately you're trying to work your lower abs, not your hip flexors. And then reverse crunch in 3, 2, 1, go. So hands on the floor. So your feet don't have to go straight over, like straight up in the air. You can aim them back towards your head. As long as that curl is initiated all below your belly button. It's a very small movement. So you're actually trying to lift your lower pelvis off the ground, relax. So with leg lowers and leg lifts, you're just coming up to here, emphasizing that flat back posture. Whereas on this one, you're trying to get those extra few degrees of lift from your lower abs. 3, 2, 1, go. This might be harder because there's less movement. So if your lower back starts to arch, just take a break. Try and maintain that streamline for as long as you can. If your back starts to change, just drop in and out every couple of seconds. Relax. So whenever you're working, it has to look like a genuine streamline. Don't grind it out. It should be quite easy to maintain. Then hamstring raise in 2, 1, go. So a little bit further away again. I would recommend, if you want to make these more challenging, get a higher table or put some books on the one that you've got. But for me, I haven't figured out a safe way to do it. If I use the big table, my foot's just going to slide everywhere. Okay, and relax. 10 off, switch legs. In 3, 2, 1, go. If you can, remember, try and keep your hips off the floor the whole time, so you're working constantly. Last 5 seconds, just go down, lift up before your hips touch down, and then stop into flutter kick. In 2, 1, go. Concentrating on breathing is probably the best way to get through these core sets. Even if you want to go up and down and hold for a couple of seconds, you're still going to increase the challenge as long as you maintain that flat lower back. And stop. And then reverse crunch to finish off. You know, a lot of hip flexor work today. 2, 1, go. If you find that challenging, bend your legs. So if you bring your weight closer to your body, it's going to be less work for your lower abs. So you don't have to extend out. Just fingertips down on the floor. Slowly pull your knees towards your head. And relax. So 1 minute break. We're going to part 2. Today is going to involve slider press ups, tuck jumps, inverted row. So you're going to need a table, and you're going to need a slider if you haven't got a frisbee. You can just do side on push-ups. I'll move this out of the way for now. Oh, need some chairs. Okay, so a slider press up if you had a frisbee. Just normal push-up. Just slide your hand away. So if you don't have one, you could do, I guess I'll call it a compass push-up. So 3 on each side. Normal. 1 hand away. 1 hand up to the top. And then switch. So normal, up to the top, out to the side. Okay, tuck jump. Just get a bounce on the spot. And then build up from there, so trying to get your knees up to hip height. And don't do it constantly, but get that rhythm when you feel it's relevant. Bounce up, so you're making that landing a bit harder. And everything else you should know. Or at least I can cover it when we get to it. So starting with slider press ups. In 3, 2, 1, go. So 35 seconds. Just 3 on each side. Ten seconds left. Change it around. And then relax. So essentially you're sliding it and making it more of a single arm movement into tuck jumps. Please on break. 2, 1, go. So bouncing. Start off building it slowly, so a couple at a time, bouncing, make sure the landing's okay, maybe go for a double, see how they feel, and don't crumple on landing. So when you hit the floor, rebound, drive back up, and relax. Not so much about the legs, that one, depending on who you are. But very, takes a lot of breath. And then inverted row, in 2, 1, go. So no days off for you back this week. Try and go for some single leg work. Switch legs every couple. Last few seconds. And then relax. Then you're into rotation plank. In 2, 1, go. The first half of the session you've got a lot of static hold and control flexion. So now you're focusing on rotational control. So you're trying to address all the movements that your core is exposed to. And relax. And finish off with divers. In 2, 1, go. So divers, hinge down, extend. Reach overhead as you get to the bottom and return to normal. Remember to force your legs straight. If you have to bend it, fine. But it's much easier if you push your heel away as you hinge. And build it up gradually. And relax. 20 seconds off. Watch the slow wake. So back to the start. Slider push-ups in 2, 1, go. So another demo becomes easier if you just want to do compass. So normal. So left hand away. Left hand out in front, and left hand diagonal. 4 very right arm dominant push-ups. So the further one hand goes away, the more work the other has to do to compensate for it. and then relax. So it can actually be quite a good way to build up the sliders. If you get strength at that end range, sliding back in should become a bit easier. Tuck jumps, in, 2, 1, go. So build it up gradually, just try and do 1 or 2 more than last time. Try and get in that little double bounce. So do 1 small little impact, drive the floor, and then go as high as you can. Couple of doubles, last few seconds. And then relax. Takes a lot of oxygen. Inverted row again. In, 2, 1, go. So just alternate, move your foot further away. So even if it becomes more of an anti-rotational pull, just do 1 at a time, so I can manage it. Totally straight legged, and relax. Rotation plank. In, 2, 1, go. So no matter how old you are, I just started finding it easier if you push your hand through the floor and guide your belly button. Feels like much more core exercise. Sort of like a side-on reverse crunch. And relax. I don't know, it just feels like if you're focusing on that, you're giving your body more feedback to initiate. Otherwise when you get tired, you just turn your hips. And then divers in 2, 1, go. Even number on each side. If you're struggling for hamstring mobility today, alternate, so go 1 then the other. Maybe the leg feels fine, but the streamline doesn't. Just take the arms out of it. I'll go out to the side. So you're reducing the demand of the movement. If you just hold your arms up and turn your palms forward, relax. You're still going to get a lot of upper back work done. So 1 more round, back into slider push-ups. Again, tuck jumps, genuinely try and do 1 at a time. While we're on the break, don't just do a jump and then land it. There's a bit of natural bouncing rhythm to it. So bouncing, and then hit the floor hard and fast. The momentum should bounce you up. 2, 1, go. Into slider press up. If you find one position's okay, and the others aren't, just do them as iso holds. So you can go out and hold yourself before you start pushing back. So normal. Relax, so a couple of seconds out at the end. Swap over. And then stop again. So again, think about where you find it hardest to catch water, whether it's out overhead or out to the side. Ooh, relax. Overrun. So, tuck jumps. In 2, 1, go. You can get a lot of momentum from your arms as well. So let them swing naturally. When you hit the floor, swing them up towards the ceiling. If you don't want to lift your knees up, You can get the same result by just doing those double bounces. It's almost the same as a drop jump, but a bit harder. And relax. Harder because you're hitting the floor, getting more height. So the bigger the fall, the harder the movement. Okay, inverted row. In 2, 1, go. Be careful of knees on that one, that's all. The good thing about drop jumps is it'll really wake you up. So try and build yourself to a straight leg movement. And relax, override again. Okay, then rotation plank in 2, 1, go. It's the same number or potentially even less. So that if you slow down that return to the ground, it takes a lot of effort for your core and your shoulder to hold you steady. And try and push your chest as high as you can. 5 seconds, I'm going to go for 2 quick ones. And relax. And finish off with divers. In 2, 1, go. So even number on each side. Think you're going to fall over, just pull your body back together instead of falling over. Alternating legs. Ten seconds, I haven't been brave enough to go dive or into airplane. And relax. I'll practice that one. And that's it. Time wise, yeah. We got there. So you're back on your foam rollers today. Yeah. Tuck jumps, I'm going to say it again, just be mega careful. This isn't CrossFit and it's not insanity. So some of the people watching the videos might not have done them for a while. Just build them up gradually. It's essentially a drop jump, you're just focused on that quick one contact. A tuck jump, you're trying to repeatedly bounce, get as high as you can, handle that landing, and then use that elastic energy to bounce you back up repeatedly. So you get to the point where you can go tuck jump again and again and again and again. It's going to be very challenging. Take your time and respect it. So, quad roll. If you prefer static, go for it. But I'll call the timings and we'll finish together. So start at the knee, up to the hip. MIT, so figure out where the sticky bits are. So the more you start doing this, the more you realise 30 seconds isn't probably long enough to deal with what you need to. Switch sides. Just about figuring out whether one side's more beat up than the other one. About halfway through. Concentrate on breathing. Remember, this foam roll is just a precursor to recovery. For now, if you feel really beat up, you just need to do more in your own time. Relax. Hamstring. Not ashamed to admit I had to wake up early and do some of this to get the session going. 2, 1, go. And depending on whether other people feel the same, let me know. Either I can do I can add an extra self-check bit to the warm-up for people to do before the camera starts. The main thing I'm conscious of is if I add more things to the session, it takes longer. People need to go off and start the day and go to college, go to school, etc. So I've been trying to fit in, like, up the density of work, but if people want a bit more of a preamble, I'm more than happy to write one. But again, I think you'd have to do it before the camera turns on. Switch legs with the hamstrings. So I keep trying to think that there's got to be a word that describes this movement. It's not bounce. I don't ever want to see bouncing going on if I'm rolling. I mean, it's flossing essentially. So you just got to floss your leg backwards and forwards. And then double check your hamstring raise. Flexibility. Then hips. Repeat the one I showed you Monday. So hands and feet on the floor. Cross one leg up and over. I'll do left so it's facing the camera. So left hip on. If your forearm on the ground, more body weight bearing down on the roller. Just even when you're in this position, make sure you're pushing your elbow down. You don't want to slouch like this. It shouldn't feel like shoulder work, but it just puts you in a much better position to concentrate and control your movement. And swap sides. I'll work with the camera. Right side. Up and over. And remember, use the other knee to help lengthen those hip muscles. So you can pull with your hand, that's one thing, but you can use the other leg, does some other work for you. You can concentrate on balancing and not pulling pain faces. Stop, and then you're into lats. So remember, you can go onto your back as well with this if you wanted. Lie at an angle and then move your arm, and that can do a lot of the work for you, especially if you go out to the side and up overhead. Just be extra careful, don't roll bone, and move slowly when you're dealing with the smaller muscles around your shoulders. Switch. Up onto your back again. So the further your hand is away from your body, the more pressure you're going to put on the muscles that you're trying to mobilize. So if you do find anything that's a little bit sticky or a bit difficult to work with, don't shy away from it, just be careful. Like that, and relax. So most of that rolling was done on the muscles just on the very side there, so at the very top of my lats. So leave that there. In chest, still working on the pushing. It seems to work the best. So lots of body weight on the roller. Legs straight. And then bear down. So it's almost like you're finishing a push-up. If you try and lift your hips up off the floor, so side on view. So everything we've done with this so far, with flat body and lots of hand movement. If you try for a little bit, just lift your hips up, then go back into arm movement, you might find that it changes the way that it feels. So same with the other side. So the last couple of sessions we've done this, moving with the opposite hand. If you then start gradually, just lift your hips up a tiny bit, do the same thing. You're going to bear down a lot more on the roller, even with the same movements. It's a very subtle change, but hopefully you gain something from it. And that's it. Necks and ankles as necessary. Today's challenge is not plank based, jump based. Well, no, it's Wednesday. You think I'd remember these by now? But I get so battered by the sessions. Yeah, it's jump testing on Wednesday. So measure the results. I'd be really interested to see, for people just keeping them to themselves now, but if anyone's written them down, to let your lead coach see just how much you've tracked. We're trying to figure out how much people have improved doing a full land program, and it would be really cool to figure out who's improved the most, who hasn't, because actually that helps us target the training going forward. So if you imagine, we know whether you're a better responder or a worse responder to jump-based land training, that can have a bigger impact on your starts and turns. So the more you feed into us, the more we can make the program work for you as an individual, rather than a member of a squad. That's going to do Kate's last videos tonight, so make sure you watch that and take as much from it as you can. And it's better, like, same with all the other videos. So Ellen and Kate are both done now, but everything you need is on Facebook and YouTube. Go back and watch it as necessary. And thank you for watching live. Everyone else at Guildford City wants to wish you a great day. So I'll see you tomorrow.